Nick Tandy has done something that no one else in motorsport history has ever achieved. He's won every major 24-hour endurance race, from Le Mans to Daytona, Nürburgring and Spa. Nick Tandy is the first driver to conquer all of them. So, is Nick Tandy the greatest sports car driver of all time? Let's dive into his incredible career and see if he's earned that title.
I mean, it's one of the biggest sporting events in the world, and we've just come out victorious. You know, I had a chance here to win before in class, but the overall is something different, and it's something that, you know, I've been wanting to try for a long time. Luckily, I got to share with these two legends. So I think Lawrence has won a few 24 hours himself now, and obviously Felipe has got quite a few victories here just alone. So, but yeah, to win all the four major 24-hour outright is, you know, one would be incredible, but all four.
To win even one of these prestigious races is an accomplishment most drivers only dream of. But winning all four, that's on a whole different level. In the history of motorsport, many legendary drivers have tried to claim victory at all these races. Drivers like Tom Christensen, Derek Bell, and Jackie Ickx, but none have managed to capture all four crowns. Tandy, however, has shattered that ceiling. So, is Nick Tandy the greatest to ever strap into a race car, or does his success come down to timing and luck? Let's dive into his incredible career, his rise through the ranks, and those historic victories that have put him in a class of his own. It's time to find out if Tandy truly deserves the title of the greatest sports car driver of all time. Nick Tandy was born on October 28, 1984, in a small town called Bedford, England. As a kid, he was totally obsessed with racing. At just 11 years old, he hopped into go-karts, those zippy little cars you see flying around tracks, and he was a natural. But becoming a pro driver wasn't a walk in the park. Tandy had to put in tons of effort and never give up, even when life threw curveballs his way. When he was a teenager and in his early 20s, Tandy raced in some cool contests around England, like Formula Renault and the British GT Championship. These races were like training levels in a video game, helping him level up his skills bit by bit. People started noticing how fast and clever he was behind the wheel. Then, in 2009, he got a massive break. He joined the Porsche Supercup, a racing series where young hotshots show off their talent. Tandy totally crushed it there, proving he was ready to take on the big leagues. In 2013, something epic happened. Porsche, a famous car company known for winning tons of races, picked Tandy to join their team. It was like getting drafted to the coolest sports team ever. This gave him the chance to race in the toughest events on the planet. And that's when his career really kicked into high gear. And here's a wild fact. Back in 2009, Tandy faced a tough moment when his brother Joe passed away in a car accident. Instead of quitting, he used that pain to fuel his passion, racing harder to honor his brother. Pretty inspiring, huh? One of Tandy's biggest victories came in 2015 at the Le Mans 24 Hours. Le Mans is a super famous race in France that's been around for over 90 years. It's like the Super Bowl of car racing. Tandy teamed up with his pals Earl Bamber and Nico Hülkenberg, driving a lightning-fast Porsche 919 hybrid. This win was extra special because it was Porsche's first Le Mans victory in 17 years, and Tandy helped make it happen. The race was no picnic, though. Tandy's team started way behind and had to claw their way back. The track was tricky and the competition was fierce, but Tandy stayed super calm and drove like a pro. They crossed the finish line first, and suddenly everyone knew Tandy was a superstar. Fast forward to 2018, and Tandy won the Nürburgring 24 Hours in Germany. This race is nicknamed the Green Hell because the track is long, twisty, and downright scary, like a roller coaster for cars. Tandy raced with a team called Mans Racing in a Porsche 911 GT 3R and came out on top. This win was a big deal because it showed Tandy could handle different kinds of cars. Before this, he'd mostly raced speedy prototype cars. But at Nürburgring, he switched to a GT car, more like a souped-up street car. Winning here proved he could tackle any challenge the racing world threw at him, making him even more impressive.
I mean, to drive that car in those conditions that fast, lap after lap, with no mistake, That's just exceptional driving, and I think the teamwork all around this weekend has been super.
So one of the best victories in your career?
For sure.
Then, in 2020, Tandy took on the Spa 24 Hours in Belgium and won again. Spa is another massive race, famous for crazy weather, like rain dumping down out of nowhere. Tandy, along with teammates Laurens Vanthoor and Earl Bamber, drove a Porsche 911 GT 3R to the finish line. They won by just 4 seconds. Talk about a nail-biter. Tandy's steady, cool-headed driving was the key, showing he shines when the pressure's on. Here's where it gets mind-blowing. Earlier this year, in 2025, Tandy won the Daytona 24 Hours in Florida with Porsche Penske Motorsport. Driving the Porsche 963 GTP with teammates Felipe Nasr and Laurens Vanthoor, he made history. Daytona is another giant race, and this win meant Tandy became the first driver ever to win all 4 of the biggest 24-hour races: Le Mans, Nürburgring, Spa, and Daytona. It's like beating every boss level in a super tough video game. No one else has done it. This victory sealed his Grand Slam, and it's a huge reason why people are talking about him as the greatest. So, with Daytona 2025 in the bag, does that make Nick Tandy the greatest sports car driver ever? Let's stack him up against some racing legends to find out. Tom Christensen is called the King of Le Mans because he won that race 9 times, more than anyone in history. He's a total legend, no doubt. But here's the thing, he never won Daytona, Nürburgring, or Spa. Tandy's got all 4, which gives him something Christensen doesn't have. Derek Bell was another racing hero, winning Le Mans 5 times and Daytona 3 times back in the 80s. That's awesome, but he never won Nürburgring or Spa. Tandy's 4 wins across all the big races put him ahead in a big way, showing he's got more range. Jackie Ickx was a rock star in the 60s and 70s, snagging 6 Le Mans wins and 1 Spa win in 1966. But he didn't win Daytona or Nürburgring. Tandy's sweep of all 4 makes him stand out, even against a legend like Ickx. These guys have more Le Mans wins, which is huge since Le Mans is the fanciest race, but Tandy's conquered every major 24-hour challenge in different kinds of cars. It's like being the champ at every sport, not just one. Tandy isn't just great because he wins a lot. He's awesome because he can race anything and still come out on top. Some drivers stick to one type of car, but Tandy has won with fast prototype cars like at Le Mans and Daytona, and GT cars like at Spa and Nürburgring. That's really hard to do. He's also a master at staying calm. In tight races like Spa, where he won by just 4 seconds, or Le Mans, where his team had to fight back, Tandy never freaks out. That cool vibe helps him win when it matters most. Plus, Tandy's got heart. Back in 2009, when his brother Joe died in a car crash, it hit him hard. Instead of giving up, he raced even tougher to keep his brother's memory alive. That kind of grit is what makes him a champion, both on and off the track. With his Daytona win in 2025, Tandy's already made history. He's still racing today, so who knows, he might grab even more trophies, but even if he stopped now, he's a big deal for winning Le Mans, Nürburgring, Spa, and Daytona, something no one else has done. His Grand Slam is like a golden trophy in motorsport, and it's why people are calling him one of the all-time greats. Here's the deal, legends like Tom Christensen have more Le Mans wins, and that's a big bragging right. But Tandy's wins across all 4 big races make him one of a kind. His skills, chill attitude, and never give up spirit make him a true star. So what do you think? Is Nick Tandy the greatest sports car driver ever with his 4 big wins? Or does someone like Tom Christensen still take the crown with his 9 Le Mans victories? Tell us in the comments, we want to hear your take, and hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic racing stories.